Good morning and thanks for joining us. We are coming to you live from stop number 8 at the Samsung Galaxy World Surf League Championship Tour. This is the Cascais Women's Pro. As you can see, it is another beautiful day. I am Chelsea Cannell. Thanks for waking up with us on Dawn Patrol. We have an incredible show for you guys this morning. We're going to, of course, get the official call and talk about the Surfline forecast for what we have on hold for the rest of the waiting period. We've got Teresa Bonvalot, our local wildcard, joining us right here on the set, and then we are going to break down the world title race. It is heating up with just 3 events left in the year. But first, let's welcome in my panel. We've got Peter Mel and Gig Celliers. Thanks for waking up with me, you guys.
Good morning.
So nice to see you. This is such a special place for me. It was just a year ago that I started with you guys here at this very location, so it holds a special place in my heart. But I wanted to ask you guys, what do you love about this particular stop on the tour?
For me, it's the old world meeting the new, modern era. You know, you can drive down the roads here, and it's the tight little European streets. It's beautiful everywhere you go. The food's amazing. You know, every time we come here, we are greeted with smiling faces and a lot of aloha.
And you, Gigs?
Yeah, absolutely. Just the Portuguese nation are just, they're so passionate about the ocean. You know, the original navigators of the globe. This whole area to the west of Lisbon here is just fantastic area. And as Pete says, you know, just that combination of the old world blending in with the new surf culture, a little bit of a California spice added to the old world mix here. It's a fantastic place, and it's showing with all of the athletes and the crew enjoying their days here as we wait for the event to kick off.
Exactly, Gigs. I really can feel it from the rest of the competitors that they love it here. And we've had some days to explore and get after it, and we wanted to check in on social media and see what the ladies have been up to. So we will check in and get some Instagram photos from Courtney Conlog, who looks like she's having a fantastic time. I haven't been there, Pete. Have you found that place?
Well, I haven't actually. You know, that's some art, but of course, Courtney Conlog, she is always, when she shows up here, she likes to do all of the tourist attractions. She sets up with Mom and checks it all out.
Yeah, absolutely. Photo. Well, there you go. Nikki Van Dyke always brings some family along as well. So enjoying the you can see the paving streets here, the European stroll. It's a great way to unwind and just get your mental preparation ready.
And here's Tatiana.
Yeah, well, of course, hanging out with Mom. She gets to bring Dad or Mom along on each one of the trips.
Looks like Mom got the invite this time.
Exactly it. You know, and of course, she probably taking the, you know, she's got the Portuguese language down, so from Brazil herself. And
Lakey, we know she loves it here. She has been here like probably the same amount of time we have, and I have not seen her at all at the hotel, so I think she's been in the water the whole time.
Well, you get Sally Fitzgibbons too. I think she's coming up next in this other one here, but these are the girls who have been hitting the water each and every day. Very serious about this event.
Yeah, it is really such an incredible event, and we can't wait for it to get started. And of course, in order to find out whether or not today will be the day, we are going to get the official call. We're going to send it down to Strider Wazalewski, who is with our commissioner, Jessie Miley-Dyer. Strider, you've had your coffee. What's it going to be?
Definitely had the coffee. Beautiful morning down here. The winds are really crispy. Chilly morning, right? But, you know, it doesn't look like there's much surf right out front here. We'll hear it from Jessie Miley.
Yeah, no, the waves they're still not here, and you know we're thinking that's going to be better around the corner at Ginsho. So we're actually going to be off for today. We're going to be moving all the way around and shifting the other side for a call same time tomorrow at Ginsho.
So yeah, last year you guys moved 3 times, 3 different locations. There's definitely, you know, a lot of different conditions that happen here. Must be hard on the crew.
It is actually. I think last year I really broke a lot of people's hearts by moving 3 times in 3 days, because you know what the surfers and what, you know, people like me don't really see is that we work all day and then we have, you know, crew in the back of the trucks that move all night. So, you know, this is a really tricky event, but it's a really special event too for us, and we have a lot of great waves here, so we're really lucky to have the options.
Well, there you have it. Best surfers in the best waves. Jessie making sure of that. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Strider. So as you guys heard, we are off for the day, and really nice of Jessie to give some credit to the crew, because it is a pretty stressful thing when we do go mobile like this, and they really make that possible. They've got to work day and night to do that. Now, she said Ginsho tomorrow, so Pete, you're going to walk us through the Surfline forecast to see if we're going to have some good waves on tap.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. You know, the Surfline forecast, always good to have those guys giving us the info there, and you can see there's a bit of swell that is actually going to show up for the weekend, which makes it a little dicey for Ginsho. I mean, we've been seeing the waves over there the last couple days, and there's definitely enough size over there. You know, you get a look at where it sits on the coast of Portugal. It is right there in the, you can see it right at the top of your screen. It is right in the swell window, so it gets a lot of swell. With that swell increasing tomorrow and through the weekend, there's going to be some good sized waves out there. Again, the wind's going to be kind of onshore, but The unfortunate thing about that new swell that's arriving is that it comes from a very northerly direction, which is very hard to get into Carcavelos here. You can see stable through today at 3 to 4 feet. That's around the corner. That 3 to 4 feet isn't here on the beach. And then you see Friday, tomorrow, probably the biggest part of the waiting period, the swell size. And that'll be a challenging day at Guincho if we get around that corner, and that's what we end up doing.
Well, and somebody who knows quite a lot about both the swell and the conditions here in Portugal, and specifically Guincho, is Teresa Bonvalot. She will be joining us on the desk when we come back from break. Join us here on Dawn Patrol. Welcome back to Dawn Patrol. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're really excited because we have our local wild card here at the Cascais Women's Pro, Teresa Bonvalot, joining us on the desk. It's really exciting to get the chance to talk to her and see the future of surfing here in Portugal. Thanks for joining us, Teresa.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for being here. It's a privilege to be here to compete with the best surfers in the world, and it's good to my experience and to learn for my dream. It's to come to this contest, being here and competing for the world title.
And you've been growing up here surfing in Portugal. You know, who did you look up to over the years to bring you to the level of surfing that you're at now?
I started surf when I was 10 years old, and I was like, so this is amazing, and this is a really cool feeling when you are surfing. And when I was that age, I was looking for the girls in Portugal, like Karina Duarte, Maria Cascais, and a lot of, like, Kelly Slater was like my dream, like to be like him, because he surfs amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
And your third year competing here in the Cascais Women's Pro on the championship tour level. You know, your first year, I'm sure, was a bit, you know, nervous times. Now that you've had 3 years, do you feel more comfortable, and what are your goals for this event?
I feel I have more experience. Like, the first year was like, I was like kind of nervous. I'm not saying that I'm not now,
yeah,
but I know how to think, to be like more calm and be not pressure. Do my best, try to do my best and have fun.
I mean, you're 15 years old. You've been competing. Tell us about this season and what you've been doing for this year.
This year I did like a few QS outside of Europe, and I competed in Australia, Mexico. I did a few contests for ISA. I did the European Juniors and a few contests in Portugal too. Yeah, it was a really cool experience and was really fun.
This year in round one, you're going to be competing against Silvana Lima and Carissa Moore, two very talented surfers. What kind of preparation have you done to get ready for that heat?
I competed already with Carissa Moore like 2 years ago, and was a really cool experience because it's a #1. And yeah, I'm really excited to compete. Probably we will compete tomorrow, and I hope for some good waves and do my best.
So it sounds like we're going to be going to your home beach of Guincho. You know, can you tell us a little bit about that wave and what you might be, your little secrets about that wave, and what it's going to take to win?
That wave, it's kind of tricky because it's not coming the best. It's not the best bank right now, but yeah, they have a lot of experience. I'm local, but I'm competing with the best surfers in the world. Will be a good heat and will be a fun heat with the best surfers.
When you think of Guincho and all of the ladies on tour, who do you think is going to do the best at that area? Put you on the spot. Besides yourself, of course.
She's got to face them all possibly tomorrow.
I don't know. I hope for see some good waves and see everybody reaping, and let's see.
And then, you know, we've got other venues. You talk about Bufarera, which is a reef break here. I mean, do you see us heading that direction, or we pretty much think we'll be just at Guincho?
I think we'll be just in Guincho. Bufarera will be really small if the forecast doesn't change. But yeah, I think we'll be just Guincho. Here will be not waves, but yeah, for some good waves there.
And what would be the major differences between a place like Guincho and Bufarera?
But for it's a point break. It's so much different. It's a ride, more fatty ride, and I think, in my opinion, it's kind of more hard to surf. But yeah, if we need to surf there, we will surf and we will do our best.
If you had to pick a spot, where would you want to surf?
I prefer Guincho.
The home break of Guincho.
And being that this is your hometown and your home break, how many people are going to be out there supporting you when we do get competition underway?
My friends, my family will be there for sure. And yeah, I love competing in Portugal. I love represent my country. And yeah, I just want to do my best and try to do it and just relax and be ready for tomorrow.
And tell us about, I mean, Portugal is one of those places that embraces surfing. The whole entire country, they love it here. I mean, can you tell us a little bit about that?
I think
and why?
I think Portugal is a really cool country. There's really good food, there's really good people, a nice place in Lisbon, even in North Porto. I don't know if you...
Yep.
Yeah.
Been up there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think... yeah, the food is amazing.
So, I mean, why do they love surfing so much?
There's good waves here too, for sure.
Because of all the good surf.
Of course.
Teresa, if Pete's going to get out there in the water, other than bom dia, what other words does he need to know if he wants to be able to get on a wave?
Help me with my Portuguese.
You need to say bom dia, good morning. Try to talk a little bit because the people like that.
Yeah, a lot of people know English here too. You know?
Yeah, of course. Most of the people knows how to speak English, and yeah, it's cool to see that we just know not Portuguese. We know more than one language, and it's good for you guys.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on the show. It's been amazing.
Thank you so much, Teresa. We look forward to watching you in round one. Stick with us on Dawn Patrol. We've got so much more show coming up. We'll see you then. For joining us here on Dawn Patrol. We just had our local wildcard, Teresa Bonvalot, on the set. And Pete, it is really hard to believe that she is only 15 years old.
That's exactly it, right? I mean, she's just coming into teenagers and learn. I mean, each year at this age is just like, it's like 10 years, you know, when you're a teenager like that. And she's, you know, so articulate and so beautiful.
Yeah, and she will be competing against the world's best, who are all focused on not only requalification, but there is a heavy world title race happening with just 3 events left in the year. And for more on that, we're going to send it down to Dave Stanfield and Rosie Hodge.
Thank you very much. I would say bom dia. And, well, this morning we're looking at not a lot of surf here, but anxious moments for going to Guincho. That is a serious beach break. We've got 3 title contenders in Rosie. They're good at the reef. They're good at the point breaks. But this beach break here is something special, and it'll really dish them a lot of punishment in the surf that might be coming tomorrow.
Exactly. I think a lot of the girls, you know, they look forward to this event because it is so challenging. We've got those 3 different breaks that we can look forward to, watching the girls really open up, you know, their different variety of maneuvers, especially somewhere like Guincho. You know, Teresa mentioned that the banks are different, so they're changing all the time. I mean, there's so much sand and wind and just water moving around, so it's always changing. And I think a lot of the girls that want to, you know, rise to the challenge, they're the ones that are going to stand out if they're able to adapt.
Very powerful surf. We're going to see who can handle it. The first, foremost, we're going to watch the yellow jersey. That would be Carissa Moore. Carissa is one to watch. She's had a great result here. Obviously, in 2013, we saw her win and go on to win a world title. She's back on top right now, and Courtney's still in the chase, as well as Sally.
Exactly. I mean, you just look at that leaderboard. Carissa Moore with 53,000 points. She's looking very comfortable in that lead. But then again, you know, Courtney Conlog, she's really started off a year with a bang. She had those 2 wins back-to-back in Margaret River and then backed up in Brazil. So, you know, you look at Carissa Moore and her performance in 2013, she would have to feel comfortable. This place would have to have a special place in her heart.
She really handled it well, and there's multiple sections out there, and a little bit of rip kind of helps the one right next to the beach, the north end of the beach, the south end changes. You really have to play a game, and it's usually not one-on-one. It's kind of how you can find your waves and where you can find them. A little bit of luck involved in Guincho.
Yeah, definitely. Just moving around and really hunting down those sections. You see Carissa, you know, she's so apt at really going from powerful point breaks into these beach break conditions. Her boards always look so good. This in 2013 when she actually took the world title away from Stephanie Gilmore. You know, clinched that world title here in Portugal. Like I mentioned, this place must feel so special. special for her.
Really being adapted to the conditions here, from the really nice soft beach breaks and the offshore conditions to a little reef break, and then Gincho, you've really got to step up your game and have the right equipment, and her equipment did arrive finally.
Exactly, her boards are back with her, but this is her 2014 performance where she finished fifth and obviously disappointed with that. But then Courtney Conlog, she just says that she loves this place, her 8th time coming to Portugal, Cascais specifically, and she has great memories from this place too.
She is, Courtney is just an attacker. They call her the Tiger when she was younger. She is surfing as a pro since the age of 13. She loves the beach breaks, a lot of big wins in beach breaks. She reads the ocean really well and can pick off some really nice forehand rights.
Yeah, and then you'd have to argue that, you know, Sally Fitzgibbons coming into this event, she'd have to be feeling comfortable. She's made 2 finals here back to back. Last year she featured against Stephanie Gilmore in the final. Steph took her out in that one. She's hungry for a win this year in 2015.
The person with the best work ethics in terms of dawn patrol, getting there before anybody shows up on the beach, climbing the fences to get into the... It's her. Even after Trestles, when she lost, she was the first on the beach, first in the water, training for this event.
Exactly. She's so true to her routine, and like you mentioned, that hard work's going to pay off for her. And I think, you know, it's so sad not to have Stephanie Gilmore in this event, obviously suffering that injury, but that must open up, you know, the opportunity for the ladies to win this event. They just must be seeing this as such a great, you know, opportunity for them to take it out. Obviously, Steph not with us, and that's a shame. We can't wait to see her return to competition.
And the word is she might be back for France?
Yeah, so we'll hopefully see her there, but we're going to have to wrap up and, you know, crown champion for this event first.
So there you have, you got 3 title contenders. They're all 23, 24 years of age. They're all natural footers, and they're all powerful. It should be good tomorrow.
We're here right now at Carcavelos, and this is the main spot that we're going to have our contest at. As you can see right now, it's kind of a lake. That's why this contest is really mobile. We have 3 different spots to choose from. The second spot is Vafuera, and the third spot is Guincho. There's 2 spots at Guincho. The one I was surfing was the left in the corner of the beach. You pretty much have to paddle out in the middle of the beach because there's always a constant rip current sucking out and pulling sand from the middle of the beach over. It has really fun double ups, and there's opportunity to do really good maneuvers and sometimes even barrels. The way that the rip current pulls, it doubles up, and you can definitely get a good one if the contest is on.
Thanks so much to GoPro and Tatiana Weston Webb for giving us that insight into the break here. It is such a beautiful place, and hopefully tomorrow we're going to have some competition underway when we move to Gincho, but we are going to have a lay day today. You two have been doing a really good job at getting after some sightseeing. Me, on the other hand, I've been chasing away the jet lag, so today I really need to go and see something. What should I do?
Strider?
Well,
you're getting after it.
Yeah, well, there's always something to do here. This place is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's kind of a mysterious city. There's all this stuff underlying the history here. The 007 characters were basically came about from the old days of this place being a neutral zone for all the spies in World War II, and so the character of the 007 was born, and you can actually go out to all the different places, and there's castles, and there's just the most amazing restaurants and places to find. The mix of the old world and the new is perfect here, and to get after it all out here on the streets, there's everything from modern art to beautiful castles to see, so it's definitely somewhere
I love the restaurants.
to be.
I mean, the food here is amazing. You go out and the seafood is just as good as it gets. I mean, from the shellfish to all of the fish and the way they prepare it.
And how have you been finding the restaurants? Because you found some pretty incredible ones.
Well, you get out there and look at the social spots, you know. But I mean, you go to. Well, I mean, it's everywhere. You go to each and every one of these spots on the coastline. You know, if you find that there's a population crowd there, generally the food's good with it.
And you got to give it up to your wife Tara for pulling up the stops yesterday. Bar de Guincho, a beautiful little spot nestled into a little hidden cove. That was a great little place for lunch yesterday.
I gotta say too, the sangria here is next level. Like, I had some last year, and I think I dreamt about it all year long until we got here again. There's a little restaurant called Mar that I absolutely love. We went there last year, Pete, and had some of the best food I think I've had in a long time.
Yeah, and when you talk about Cascais and where it's positioned on the coast here in Lisbon, you've got a big city vibe with Lisbon, and then you've got where it's positioned on the coast. We face south, and so it's out of the wind. You know, a lot of the northwest winds blow here, so it's always kind of nice and sunny and warm and offshore. So you get to the coast, and all of a sudden the ocean is blue as can be, you know, and again, the people are having and smiles all the time.
Now, other than the tourism, we are here to crown a champion at this event. And we talked to Teresa a little bit about who's going to excel at Guincho, but I just wanted to get you guys to weigh in and see from your perspective. I know you both were out in the water yesterday. Who do you think that wave is going to suit?
Well, we saw Teresa actually out there training. We also saw Courtney down there. She had a bit of a go. He also saw, you know, Carissa's going to be, you know, I haven't seen her in the water yet. She just got her boards and all of that, so she's just getting warmed up.
I liked Tatiana. I feel like she's going to have fun out there. She loves those little punchy beach break conditions, and Tyler Wright too. She's really good in those kind of like really tight pockets, and she's got a lot of power, which is what gets thrown at you on these waves. You know, you got to be able to deal with what's coming at you, and she knows how to deal with it.
And you can't forget Sally. I mean, Sally's on the morning surfs each and every day, not any on every stop on this tour. She puts in the most work.
We are really looking forward to seeing how this whole thing plays out, and hopefully tomorrow will be the day. We will see you tomorrow from Guincho. Make sure to join us here on Dawn Patrol at 8 a.m. We will see you then.
Bora.